Welcome to the Tongue of the Trees Recipe Hub. This is Cedarwood Virginian, and this is a massage oil to use on aching muscles. Excuse me. I'm going to apologise in advance because next door's dog has decided to come out and make a right racket. So if Murphy decides to chip in, I'm sorry. So, Cedarwood Virginian, obviously, if you don't have Cedarwood Virginian and you want to use Cedarwood Atlas, absolutely fine. Fine to substitute. Please, next time, buy Cedarwood Virginian so that we can protect those Cedarwood Atlas trees. In this blend, we are using Cedarwood Virginian, lavender, black pepper, ginger. Lovely, lovely warming medicine. So we are going to, let's look at the emotional first. It reads like a training coach. So the Cedarwood Virginian imbues determination. Lavender lends support. Black pepper says orientation. Remember what your purpose is, where you're driving. Stay true to that. Don't get distracted by everybody else. And ginger gives this beautiful impetus and drive. Heavens aplenty. It's like training for the Olympics. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. Imagine having all of that going in. You would want to get up and train the next day, wouldn't you? Gorgeous. So this is great. The blend is made for just a small pot, but there's no reason why you can't increase the amount to have a nice bottle to keep on using it. So this is, imagine that you've been training on the rugby field. Of course, we're a rugby family, or the cricketing family, but football, running, whatever. And then you want to have a massage afterwards. Brings, tonifies the circulation to get rid of all of the lactic acid. The massage will, of course, move as well. And so we're increasing the circulation and invigorating and tonifying the system. But, of course, you don't need to have somebody massage you. You can use your own hands to put it into the muscles. Cedarwood Virginian is a detoxifying oil. Remember that we call it cedarwood. It's not actually, is it? It's juniper, and junipers detoxify. Juniperus virginiana. Lavender, just aches and pains, isn't it? You know, soothing, softly, very, very calming, very, very soothing. Black pepper, warming, invigorating, very good for the spleen. So it increases all the iron in the blood. Everything about it is robust. Ginger, warming. If you wanted to go that extra mile, you could, if you got ginger CO2 instead of ginger essential oil, then that will be even more pain-killing to the aching than the ginger essential oil. But this oil is, but this recipe is ginger essential oil, and it'll still do its work. What would be interesting in this recipe is to look at your book and say, right, these oils then, if I'm using these on a regular basis and I can see that it's going to increase my determination, my orientation, my impetus, and give me support, how? What are the energetic lessons that it's going to bring? So, for example, where am I? The spices. So, black pepper is the closest. I got another ladybird. Every day I get new ladybirds in here. Orientation. So, Libra. Interesting. Libra and Mars. So Mars, obviously, if you watch the videos in the knowledge base, they'll go a lot more into depth for that. But Mars is about hate, passion, drive, motivation, blood, but also just warrior, you know. Whereas Libra is about the other person. The ladybird's actually on the camera now. She may actually come into sight in a minute. It's about thinking about the other person. But if you look in the knowledge base as well, you'll see in the medical astrology, Libra and Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, so those two are dependent on each other, have this polarity, which of like a push me pull you thing going on over the zodiac, because they're opposite sides. So number 6 and number 7, sorry, number 1 and number 7, and they push me pull you. So Aries and Mars is always about me. What do I want? I am going to look after number 1 first. That's the archetype of Aries. The Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So it's the baby. It's about me, which is what Mars rules. Libra, on the other hand, says, what about you? What about relationships? What about everybody else? Thinking about everybody else. I'm married to somebody who's born on the Libra Virgo cusp, and I'll say, what do you want to do? He's like, I don't mind. And it drives me insane. Absolutely drives me insane. But now I've started to understand, but it's biological with him. He is Libra, so his impetus is always to think about the other person. But what's really interesting is we have this Aries, Mars, Libra thing going on. We call it the relationship axis, but we also call it the renal axis, because it's about the adrenals and the kidneys and how they depend on each other in a stress situation. I think I've got a visitor. Hello, dog. Just making her way in. So stress. We're back on stress. So this drive, this aching muscles, does it come from stress, or does it come from working too hard on the treadmill or what have you? And this Aries, Mars and Libra thing helps you to balance, to say, well, okay, but let's focus on what you want. Stop being dragged on what everybody else wants, so that you prioritize yourself, so you're not so stressed, so you can achieve what you want to do. You couldn't learn that unless you learned from the knowledge base. It's all there. It's all there. And so we know it's warming to hot. It tonifies yang. So that means the yang is the impetus to drive forward, to be stronger, to be active, determination, dominating. All of those things. Yang. And it strengthens Shen. Shen in itself is interesting. Shen is the energy of the mind in TCM. So it strengthens how clear our thought processes are, how we move forward in life, and how we direct our thoughts. That's just one oil. Just one oil. So all of that can be found in the knowledge base. But if you are just doing your first aid, though, 3 drops of Cedarwood Virginian, 3 drops of lavender, 1 drop of black pepper, 1 drop of ginger, and of course all that's on the slide. We are blending with 2 teaspoons of Tamanu carrier oil because of the inflammation, and 2 teaspoons of sea buckthorn carrier oil. Now, it just so happens that I have concealed about my person an oil the same colour as my hair, sea buckthorn. More, oh my goodness, there's 7 now little ladybirds. See how orange it is. Sea buckthorn. So you might want to go slightly less sea buckthorn, slightly more Tamanu to balance it out. That's okay. It smells so beautiful. It smells like oranges. But it's so good at inflammation. It's really great for inflammation. And when you use carrier oils in this way, they increase the efficacy of the essential oils. So really make sure that you're thinking about your carrier oils, but don't get too involved in it. If you've only got olive oil or sunflower oil, fine. Your essential oils are going to do the job too. But there we go. So that is the aching muscles massage oil. don't use in the first 16 weeks of pregnancy. Can't see any other reason why you would need to worry about that. Just watch your oils are not old. Black pepper in particular oxidizes and can irritate the skin if you have old oils. So use, I should plug, shouldn't I? If you go to Fragrant Earth and buy more essential oils, I will earn a commission, and also you'll protect your skin and stop it being hurt by the oxidization. Likewise, use your carriers. Buy more carriers, get me more money. There we go. That is aching muscles massage oil.